The night is almost over, and the first thin breath of morning stretches quietly across the horizon. The world still sleeps, yet heaven is already awake. Somewhere in the unseen, your name has been spoken. Before alarms ring, before thoughts scatter, before the day begins to demand, heaven whispers, "Come." This moment, this silence, it is holy ground. Breathe slowly, let your heart settle, let your spirit listen. You have carried so much through the nights, worries that clung to your mind, questions that lingered even in dreams. But now, as the first light begins to rise, God draws near, not with thunder, not with fire, but with stillness. He says, "My child, be still and know that I am God. Before you move, let me move through you. Before you speak, let me speak within you. Before you face the world, face me, and you will never be the same." Pause. Let those words breathe inside you. Every sunrise is an invitation. Every dawn is a doorway. And this one, this quiet morning, was written for you. You woke not by coincidence, but by calling. The same spirit that stirred creation now stirs your heart to remember. You are not forgotten, you are not alone, and you are not beginning empty-handed. Say softly, "I am here, Lord." Yes, that's it. Just those few words open the heavens. I am here, Lord, because presence is prayer. You don't need perfect words, you only need an open heart. Take another breath, feel it. Life itself entering again. This is grace in motion, mercy renewed with every inhale. God continues, "You have been carrying burdens that were never meant for you. Lay them down now. The day ahead was not designed to be heavy. The sun will rise, and so will you, but not by your strength, by mine." Heaven does not rush. It unfolds slowly, purposefully, perfectly. Look around. Even the sky knows how to wait for light. You have permission to slow down. You have permission to begin gently. You have permission to breathe again. Because the morning is not a command, it's a calling. Whisper it again. "I am here, Lord," and feel the peace that follows. The Lord speaks softly. You keep wondering if you are behind, but you are right on time. Every step you thought was wasted was a seed. Every delay was design. I do not rush what I love, and I love you deeply. Let that truth rest over you like a blanket. You are not late, you are loved. All the things you thought were setbacks were really shaping your sensitivity, teaching you how to hear the still, small voice. And now in this quiet dawn, you finally can. God's voice doesn't compete with the noise. It waits for it to fade. That's why morning is sacred. It's the hour before the world forgets how to listen. So listen now. Let your spirit lean in. Today, he says, you will see my hand in small things. A word spoken kindly, a breeze that touches your face, a light that seems to follow you. These are reminders that I am not distant. I am woven into every moment you live. You close your eyes. You can almost sense it. Peace like a soft pulse in the air. This is what it feels like when heaven draws close. And again, he speaks. Stop fighting the morning. Stop waking up afraid. The future is not something to fear. It is something to walk into with me. I go before you. I am already in your tomorrow. Trust that what's ahead has already been prepared with care. The thought makes you smile. The realization that you don't have to control everything today. You only need to stay connected. Say quietly, guide me, Lord, because that's all prayer ever needs to be. Connection, not control. You will face things today that test your patience, stretch your faith, challenge your peace. But remember, peace is not a feeling you chase. It's a presence you carry. It's what happens when you begin the day in divine alignment. So right now, align. Sit in the stillness. Let the silence stretch. Don't rush past this. This is where strength is born. God whispers again. You think of yesterday, the mistakes, the missed chances, the words you wish you could take back. Let them rest. They have no voice here. This morning is not built on your failures. It is built on my faithfulness. Every sunrise is proof that mercy resets. That's what Scripture means when it says, His mercies are new every morning. The past can't follow you here, only grace can. Let that truth wash through you like light through water. Say softly, I begin again with you. And heaven smiles, because that's the sound of rebirth. You are not who you were yesterday. You are who God says you are today. Forgiven, strengthened, chosen, renewed. Every breath is proof that your purpose is not finished. Every heartbeat testifies that heaven still has work to do through you. And so before the noise begins, before messages, meetings, and motion, you sit here in this sacred pause and let God speak identity over you again. You are mine, He says. You are seen. You are protected. You are prepared. You are enough because I am enough in you. Let that echo through every corner of your being. You don't need to earn what has already been given. You don't need to chase what is already yours. You only need to walk as if you believe it. The world will tempt you to hurry, but peace moves slow. The world will urge you to prove, but grace simply is. So start this day not by running, but by resting in assurance. God's timing is not delayed, it's deliberate. His path is not confusing, it's creative. His love is not distant, it's dwelling right here, right now. Whisper, I trust you. And as those words leave your lips, something shifts. A heaviness lifts, a lightness enters. You are ready, not for perfection, but for presence. You will carry this peace into everything that waits ahead, into rooms that need light, into conversations that need gentleness, into moments that need mercy. Because the world doesn't need more noise, it needs more souls like yours who start their mornings in heaven's calm. You are not merely awake, you are aware, and awareness is where miracles begin. So rise, not in rush, but in reverence. The light is calling, the day is waiting, and heaven walks beside you. The light has grown stronger now. The first true beams of sunrise slip quietly through the window, resting like gold on everything they touch. The world stirs, but heaven still feels near. You are not rushing, you are rooted, still in that sacred rhythm where every breath feels like prayer. And again, the Lord speaks to walk with me. Such simple words, yet they hold the power to change everything. Walk, not run, with me or not alone. Heaven's instructions are never heavy, they are holy invitations. You don't need to understand the whole path, He says. You only need to trust the next step. You are not called to control the journey, only to walk it with me. You let those words linger. You realize how often your heart tries to plan what was meant to be lived, how often you trade peace for prediction. But the truth is, trust grows best in mystery. God's plan rarely arrives fully explained. It unfolds one faithful step at a time. Say quietly, I will walk with you. The moment you speak it, peace settles deeper, because obedience always opens a path. You glance toward the light, and for a moment you understand, it's not about racing ahead, it's about staying aligned. Every step taken in faith becomes a bridge that heaven builds beneath your feet. You are safe to move, even if you don't see the end. God's voice continues, gentle but firm. You keep asking me for a sign, but signs follow faith, not the other way around. Take the step first, then you will see what I've prepared. I have gone before you. I have made the crooked places straight. You cannot miss what is meant for you when your eyes stay on me. You close your eyes and nod, as if your soul understands what your mind cannot yet explain. This is surrender, not weakness, but wisdom. To surrender is not to give up. It is to give in to the one who sees beyond your line of sight. The light shifts, and suddenly you remember moments when things that once scared you became blessings you couldn't imagine living without. That's how God works. He doesn't just remove the storm, He teaches you how to sleep through it. Say softly, teach me to trust you. He answers immediately, then let go of the need to see. Faith was never meant to be comfortable, it was meant to be close. I don't promise ease, I promise presence. You won't always understand my methods, but you will always feel my mercy. And you do. You feel it now. A calm that isn't logical, a peace that doesn't depend on proof. This is faith made real, not because you solved it, but because you stopped fighting it. Take a breath in and out. That's all you need right now. Breath and belief. The same spirit that filled the prophets, the same breath that raised the morning from night, it fills you too. You are not waiting for strength, you are breathing it in. Be still, God says again, and you will know. Not everything requires action. Some things require awareness. The morning grows brighter, a quiet symbol of progress. The light doesn't rush, it simply expands. You realize that's how grace works too. One moment at a time, one degree of glory after another, always steady, always sure. And then heaven begins to speak about your day, not in details, but in direction. When you step outside today, God says, carry this stillness with you. Don't lose it when noise returns. Let peace become your armor. When others speak in haste, answer with kindness. When stress tries to enter, breathe my name. When confusion stirs, pause until peace speaks first. You nod again, because you understand now that guidance isn't always about what to do, but how to be. It's not about finding the right road. It's about walking with the right heart. The world rewards hurry, but heaven rewards harmony, and harmony begins with stillness. You will face choices today, he continues, and each one will reveal what you trust most. The noise around you or the voice within you. Choose the whisper. My spirit will not shout over your fear, but it will speak peace into it. Let peace guide you, and you will never walk astray. These words settle into you like sunlight through glass. Quiet, steady, full of truth. You start to see how simple it really is. Stay aware, stay aligned, stay at peace. That's it. That's the formula the world keeps missing. Because in the end, the presence of peace is the presence of God. You don't need to chase answers when you carry the answer inside you. Whisper softly, peace, stay with me. And heaven responds always. You sit a while longer and your thoughts drift to the people who will cross your path today. Family, co-workers, strangers. You realize each encounter is not random. Every conversation is a chance to reveal the presence you found. Be light, the Lord says, not by preaching, but by peace. The world will know me not by your arguments, but by your gentleness. Shine without forcing, speak without fear, love without agenda. This is how heaven moves, quietly but completely. When you carry peace, you carry power. Because peace is contagious. It calms storms before words are spoken. And now you begin to see your purpose for this day. Not to do everything, but to do everything in peace. You are not responsible for results, only for response. You are not tasked with controlling outcomes, only with carrying grace. God says, I am not looking for perfection, I am looking for presence. I do not need your performance. I desire your partnership. Let me walk with you in every moment. In laughter, in labor, in stillness, in sorrow. Invite me in, and I will make ordinary moments holy. You whisper again, walk with me, Lord. And something shifts. The line between heaven and earth feels thinner now. You can almost sense divine footsteps beside your own. That's the secret. Heaven never shouts. It simply shows up. And once you've heard that quiet voice, you can never unhear it. From now on, your days will feel different. Not because the world has changed, but because you have. You are slower to react, quicker to forgive, easier to trust. You've learned the sacred rhythm of beginning in stillness and staying in it. And the same peace that met you here in the morning will follow you into every hour that comes. It will walk beside you through conversation, through conflict, through choice. It will remind you that you are never out of reach, never out of love, never out of grace. Because you started your day with God, and when you start with Him, you never walk alone. So before you rise, let this prayer seal your morning. Lord, let my steps today follow your pace. Let my heart stay in tune with your peace. Let my words carry your kindness. Let my hands reflect your care. And wherever I go, let your presence go first. You pause. The light outside feels alive, almost glowing with purpose. You know the day will come with challenges, but you also know you are not the same as yesterday. You have been reminded, you have been renewed, you have been realigned, and heaven smiles. Because the moment your feet touch the floor, angels already move ahead to prepare your path. You whisper one last time, I trust you completely. And God replies, then walk with me and watch what peace can do. The morning has unfolded. The light has spread across the earth. Steady, bright, full of promise. The city begins to hum, the world begins to wake, and yet within you, something stays still. The stillness is not fragile now. It's strong. It is not easily broken because it's not yours, it's His. You walk through your space, maybe to work, maybe into routine, but everything feels different. You are slower, more aware, more grounded. The same peace that met you in silence now travels with you in motion. You realize you are carrying a secret rhythm the world cannot hear. It's the rhythm of grace. God speaks softly. My child, don't lose what you found in the stillness. Let your calm become your shield. Let your awareness become your strength. The world will hurry, but you do not have to. The world will shout, but you do not need to match its volume. You feel those words like warmth on your skin. You begin to understand peace is not fragile. It's fierce. It doesn't retreat from noise. It reigns over it. And so you walk it slowly, intentionally, like someone who knows heaven is close. You hear conversations, see faces, feel the movement of life, and in the middle of it, God is whispering through everything. Here I am, in the kindness of that smile, in the patience you show when others rush, in the quiet moment when you breathe before speaking, in the strength to forgive what could have offended you. That's how heaven hides, not far above, but close within. You begin to recognize divine fingerprints in ordinary moments. The sound of laughter, the beauty of light on leaves, the small mercies that stitch together the day. These are the ways God says, I'm here. You whisper softly, I see you, Lord. And He answers, good, keep looking. Every day carries unseen battles, the sudden worry, the old memory, the sharp word from someone who doesn't understand you. But even those are invitations, not interruptions. When fear comes, God says, don't fight it with force. Breathe. Remember what you learned this morning. Let peace answer before panic does. For peace is not denial, it's dominion. Dominion, that word feels powerful. It means you don't have to run from fear. You can stand in the middle of it and remain calm. You realize now that peace isn't weakness, it's warfare. Every time you choose stillness over reaction, you win a battle no one sees. And heaven takes note, because each quiet victory builds unseen strength. Say softly, Lord, let your peace fight for me. He responds, it already is. The storm may surround you, but it cannot enter you. You are sealed in my presence, surrounded by my spirit. No noise can break what I have built inside you. You are the calm in the chaos. You are the light in the shadows. You let those words wash through you like a tide of gold. You've lived too long thinking peace was fragile, something that could be stolen. But now you know, true peace is permanent. It's not a feeling to protect. It's a foundation to stand on. And once you stand on peace, nothing beneath you can shake you. You carry that truth into the rhythm of the day. The clock moves, the world spins, and yet inside you remain anchored. Anchored, not by certainty, but by surrender. You have learned to trust the unseen. You have learned that when everything feels out of control, God never is. You can feel Him, guiding, whispering, adjusting the atmosphere around you. Be gentle, He says. Let your calm speak louder than your defense. Let patience do what pressure cannot. Let love win arguments you never needed to fight. And so you practice. In each small moment, choosing calm. When others rush, you stay slow. When others fear, you breathe. When others demand, you respond with grace. Not because you're trying to be better, but because you've already been changed. Something deep inside you has shifted. This morning wasn't just prayer, it was preparation. Heaven trained your heart to carry peace into places that forgot what it feels like. You are no longer surviving the day, you are shaping it. And every time you choose stillness over reaction, light over noise, you are teaching the world how to breathe again. You are my witness, God whispers, not by title but by tone. You carry my spirit, and it speaks even when you do not. That's the secret. You don't have to announce faith when you embody it. You don't need to explain peace when you radiate it. The quiet ones often carry the loudest heaven. You whisper softly, "Use me, Lord," and he replies, "I already am." Every time you show mercy, you show me. Every time you choose hope, you reveal me. Every time you forgive, you release me into the world. You are not waiting for ministry, you are living it. And heaven smiles. Because when you realize that peace is not passive but powerful, you begin to walk differently. You carry yourself like someone who knows they are covered. You face challenges not with panic, but with posture. You move like someone who has already seen the victory, and you have, because victory isn't a future event, it's a present awareness. The awareness that nothing can separate you from his love. Whisper quietly, "I walk in victory." The moment you speak it, it feels true. Because victory is not what you achieve, it's what you accept. The cross already settled the outcome. Your job is simply to live from that finished place. Stop fighting battles I've already won, God says. Stop replaying fears I've already silenced. Stop carrying weights I've already lifted. My grace is enough, not for someday, but for now. And it is. Right now it's enough. You feel lighter again, as though every word of truth removes another stone from your chest. Peace is not a reward for good behavior, it's a gift for surrender, and you've chosen to receive it. This day, whatever it holds will unfold differently now, because you are walking in awareness. You are not reacting to the world. The world is reacting to your peace. Every room you enter shifts subtly. Every person you meet feels something they can't name. It's the fragrance of grace. You have become the evidence that heaven still moves. And at the center of it all, the same gentle whisper remains. Walk with me, trust me. Let peace lead and you will never lose your way. You close your eyes for just a second and feel it. The divine rhythm pulsing again inside you. Slow, steady, sure. This is what it means to live prayerfully. To let every step, every thought, every word echo with heaven's tone. And even as the world grows louder, you know what to do. Return inward, breathe, listen, and whisper once more. I am here, Lord. And heaven replies, and I am here too. The hours pass quietly. The day has unfolded like a living prayer. Yet somewhere in the middle of it, as always, the world begins to press harder. The pace quickens, voices rise, thoughts scatter. Distractions come softly, not always as noise, sometimes as worry, sometimes as self-doubt. And peace, when that gentle morning peace starts to tremble at the edges, you can feel it, that familiar pull, the one that tries to drag your heart back into old patterns. Overthinking, comparing, fearing. But before the spiral begins, heaven interrupts. My child, breathe. You stop. You inhale slowly, letting the weight fall for a moment. You remember the morning, the stillness, the whisper, the warmth. And in that instant, everything realigns. This is the moment, God says, where peace proves itself. Not when everything feels calm, but when calm chooses to remain even when it shouldn't. You are not losing peace, you are learning to defend it. Defend it, not with force, but with faith. Because peace is not the absence of pressure, it's the presence of perspective. You whisper softly, Lord, remind me again who I am. And he answers, you are mine, you are chosen, you are covered. You are not tossed by the storm, you command stillness through it. Every challenge today is not sent to crush you, but to confirm you. I am teaching you to carry peace not as a feeling, but as authority. Authority, that word hums in the air like power cloaked in gentleness. You have authority, not because of your strength, but because of His Spirit. Every time you choose peace, you declare heaven's dominion on earth. You begin to notice it now. The way your reactions change. Where you once would have rushed, you wait. Where you once would have feared, you trust. Where you once would have argued, you listen. This is transformation in motion, not dramatic, but deep. Heaven isn't interested in performance. It's interested in posture. The day tests you again. Something small, a harsh word, a sudden change, a plan disrupted. You feel the tug, the temptation to slip back into old emotion. But then you remember, I am not who I was. I am who He says I am. You breathe again, long, slow, surrendered, and peace returns, steady as the sunrise that started it all. God whispers, do you see? The world cannot steal what you guard with grace. You do not need to match chaos with control. You overcome it by abiding. You conquer not by reaction, but by rest. Rest, even while moving, even while doing. Rest becomes your weapon. You are learning the divine art of stillness in motion. This is the rhythm of the Spirit. To be busy on the outside, but quiet on the inside. To speak with love while the world shouts with fear. To carry calm like armor no arrow can pierce. You are walking through life not as a storm chaser, but as a peace bearer. Every step now feels intentional. Every breath a silent prayer. You whisper, stay near, Lord, and He answers immediately. Always, you will never move through any hour alone. I walk with you through laughter and through pressure, through clarity and through confusion. Even when you can't feel me, my presence does not depend on your awareness. I am constant. You close your eyes for a moment, and even amidst the hum of the world, there it is, that same sacred quiet from dawn, resting softly inside your chest. You smile because peace is not gone. It's simply deeper now. It's not fragile like it was at sunrise. It's rooted. This is maturity, to keep calm not just in silence, but in struggle. To know that God is not only found in the quiet, but in the chaos. I am with you even there, He says. When the noise surrounds you, remember, the noise does not own you. It's strange how the world looks different once you remember who walks beside you. The same hallway that once felt narrow now feels holy. The same task that once felt heavy now feels sacred. Even the interruptions begin to look like invitations. That's how grace transforms. Not by changing the scenery, but by changing the sight. You no longer see random. You see reason. You no longer see delay. You see design. You no longer see obstacles. You see opportunities for trust. God whispers again, I am teaching you the secret of endurance. Peace that perseveres. Peace that walks through long days without growing weary. Peace that prays without proof. Peace that believes when nothing moves. This kind of peace is not learned in comfort, but in conflict, and you are learning it well. The words move through you like light through water, gentle, glowing, full of quiet strength. You realize every test is just another chance to practice peace. And suddenly, even your trials feel like teachers, even your delays feel like lessons. You whisper softly, thank you, Lord, for teaching me to trust. And He responds, you are welcome, my beloved, and soon you will see. What I've been building in the unseen will soon appear before your eyes. For those who walk in peace are the ones I can trust with promise. Promise. That word lands differently now. You used to think of promises as outcomes, things to be received. But now you know, promise is a presence. When God promises, He's not pointing to something. He's offering Himself, and that is enough. You don't need to see the future when you trust the faithful one. You stop mid-step, and a single thought fills you with warmth. Every promise is already fulfilled in His presence, and you have that presence right here, right now. You close your eyes again, not to escape the day, but to remember. And in that moment of stillness, heaven speaks once more. The same peace that began your morning will end your night. The same grace that carried you here will carry you further. You have nothing to prove. You are already mine. You have nothing to chase. I am already with you. Let this truth carry you through the rest of the day. Peace is not found, it is kept. You exhale slowly, smiling again. The day hasn't gotten easier, but your heart has gotten stronger. You have learned to hold calm in the middle of chaos. And that is how faith looks in motion. You whisper one final time before the sun begins to dip. Thank you, Lord, for walking with me through it all. And the answer comes like a soft wind across the heart. Always. Because he never left. The sun begins its slow descent now. The warmth that once filled the air shifts to something softer, gentler, golden. The noise of the day starts to fade, and you can feel creation itself exhale, as though all of heaven has waited for this stillness to return. You pause for a moment, letting your body unwind from the hours gone by. The tension melts, the thoughts slow, and there, in that gentle quiet, you hear it again. That same whisper from dawn. I never left. It stops you, as if time itself bows before those words. You remember the morning when his presence wrapped you like light, and now after all the noise, the pressure, the distractions, he is still here. Unmoved, unchanging, unfailing. You smile, not because everything is perfect, but because peace has proven itself faithful. God speaks softly like sunlight through leaves. You have done well, my child. You did not lose me in the noise. You did not let the day steal what we built in the morning. You carried peace through pressure. You walked slowly while others ran. You chose grace when it would have been easier to defend yourself. That is growth. That is glory. The words sink deep, and suddenly you understand. The goal was never a perfect day. It was a peaceful one. Every trial you faced, every moment you paused before reacting, every breath you took instead of breaking, it all mattered. Heaven saw every one of them. Peace is the proof of presence, he says, and you have carried it well. You close your eyes and gratitude swells like a quiet tide inside you. You think of how many days you used to move through on autopilot, how often you woke up carrying yesterday's weight into today's promise, but not now, not anymore. This morning you began differently, and that difference has carried you all the way here. The light outside turns softer still, painting everything with calm gold. It feels like heaven's applause, gentle, endless, sincere. You whisper softly, "Thank you for staying." And he replies, "Always, you do not walk alone, not for a single heartbeat. Even when you feel far, you are within reach. Even when you are quiet, I hear your soul. Even when you think I am silent, I am shaping something holy inside you." You feel those words move through you, and they bring tears, not from sadness, but from relief, because you finally understand he was never distant. You were simply learning how to recognize him, not in thunder, but in thought, not in miracles, but in moments. That's what maturity feels like. Not constant emotion, but consistent awareness. You've learned to live from the inside out, not the outside in. To carry stillness into movement, not to search for stillness when everything stops. This right here is transformation. God speaks again. Every storm you've endured has taught you something about my peace. Every delay has trained you in patience. Every loss has deepened your compassion. Every unanswered prayer has prepared you for what's next. Nothing was wasted. Every moment has meaning. You whisper softly, "I believe that." Because you do, you truly do. Even the pain now feels purposeful. Even the silence feels sacred. It's strange, isn't it? How peace changes your perspective. You don't need to rewrite your past when you finally understand its purpose. You don't resent what happened, you revere it, because it became your teacher. And through it all, God was not testing your strength. He was revealing his. You breathe again, deep, slow, free. And he continues, "You have asked me, why so long?" And I say, because eternity is not rushed. You have asked me, why this way? And I say, because only through this way could peace become your nature, not just your goal. You have asked me, when will I see the promise? And I say, you already have. It's growing in you. Those words linger, wrapping around you like soft fire, because suddenly you understand. The promise is not a destination, it's transformation. You didn't just reach a new day, you became a new person. You began the morning seeking God outside of you, and now you feel Him within you. Every thought feels more deliberate. Every breath feels like communion. Every silence feels alive with meaning. This is what heaven wanted all along. Not a perfect day, but a connected heart. Whisper gently, Lord, make me a vessel of peace. And He answers, you already are. You have carried me through this day, through the noise, through the tasks, through the waiting. And because you carried me, others felt me. Somewhere today, someone found calm because you refused to react. Somewhere today, light entered because you chose gentleness. Somewhere today, grace grew because you stayed grounded. You have no idea how powerful your peace is. You exhale slowly. Maybe that's the most humbling truth, that even small acts of calm can move mountains in unseen ways. Heaven counts peace as power, and every moment of patience was a miracle in motion. You remember the small moments of this day, the words you didn't say, the rush you resisted, the forgiveness you extended, and suddenly they feel holy. Because they were. Every time you chose peace, the atmosphere around you shifted. The invisible became visible. The ordinary became eternal. And God smiles. This is how I move through you, my child. Quietly, constantly, completely. You realize now, you've spent so many years chasing purpose, and all along, peace was the purpose. Because from peace, everything else flows. Wisdom, love, creativity, kindness, compassion. You whisper softly, I see it now. And He replies, good, keep seeing. Because that's what heaven desires most. Not that you strive to be holy, but that you see you already are loved. The sun outside dips lower still. The room turns golden, then amber, then soft. You feel time slowing, as though heaven is saying, rest now. You've done well. Not perfect, just faithful. And that is enough. God's voice lowers again. Soon the night will come, but do not fear it. The same peace that met you in the morning will meet you again in the dark. You will sleep not in worry, but in wonder. For peace is not a sunrise feeling. It is an eternal flame. The words feel like a gentle hand on your shoulder. And for the first time in a long time, you believe that rest is not laziness. It's worship. To rest is to trust. To sleep is to surrender. To close your eyes is to say, you are God and I am not. And that is enough. You whisper, I surrender the night to you. And heaven answers, then peace will keep watch. You can almost feel it. Angels stationed at every window, every doorway, every unseen corner, guarding what has been built in your spirit. The day is closing, but not ending. It is transforming, the way every chapter must before a new one begins. You exhale once more, slow, steady, grateful, and the whisper comes again. Well done, my beloved. You have learned to live in peace, and soon you will learn to dream in it. You smile, because the lesson is complete. And as light fades into soft darkness, your heart remains illuminated. Peace has not visited, it has moved in. And with that assurance, you are ready for what's next. The night of renewal, the rest of grace, the whisper that carries into tomorrow. The light fades gently now, not in sadness, but in peace. The sky wears its final gold before surrendering to soft blue, then deep velvet. And as the shadows stretch across the earth, something inside you exhales. You've made it through the day, not by power, not by performance, but by presence. God's presence, constant, quiet, sure. You sit for a moment in the dim light. Just you, your breath, and God. It's strange how silence feels full when He's near. You don't need to say much. Your stillness says it all. And in that sacred stillness, heaven speaks again. Do you see now? This was never about doing more, achieving more, or proving your faith. It was about remembering who you are in me. The peace you carry today is not the end. It's the beginning of a deeper trust. You have learned to rest even in motion. Now I will teach you to trust even in stillness. Trust. That word hums quietly, deeper than before. You thought you knew it. You thought trust was believing that things would work out. But now you see, real trust is believing that even if they don't, God still will. Even if doors stay closed, He remains good. Even if answers delay, He remains faithful. Even if the night feels long, the dawn will come, because He always keeps His rhythm. You whisper softly, "Teach me to trust like that." And He replies, "I am." Every pause, every delay, every waiting moment, it's not punishment, it's preparation. I am strengthening your soul for seasons you haven't seen yet. When you can trust me without proof, you have reached the heart of faith. Those words settle like warm oil over your heart. They remind you that trust is not a feeling, it's a decision. And faith doesn't always roar. Sometimes it simply breathes and says, "Still I believe." The room grows darker. The hum of the world outside softens. It's just you and Him. No performance, no pressure, no plan to perfect. You begin to realize that peace has led you here, to this sacred simplicity where trust and love meet in quiet worship. You whisper again, "Thank you for today." And He responds, "Thank you for letting me lead." Many begin the day asking for my will, but few allow me to shape their pace. You walked with me today, not ahead, not behind, with me. That is worship. That is trust in motion. You let those words sink in, and they bring tears, because you remember how many times you used to rush, how many times you used to carry the day as if everything depended on you. And yet now, everything feels lighter. Not because life changed, but because your heart did. This is what transformation feels like. A weight lifted without explanation, a fear silenced without argument, a heart at rest without needing reasons. The world teaches control, heaven teaches surrender, and tonight surrender feels like home. You whisper, "I give you this night." He answers, "Then peace will keep you. Angels will surround you. My spirit will sing over you while you sleep." It's hard to describe what happens next. It's like your spirit exhales. A release so deep, so quiet, it almost feels physical. Every burden loosens, every worry shrinks, every unspoken thought finds rest. The peace you started the day with has now matured, from morning calm into evening trust. You realize, Renim, this is the full circle of grace, to begin the day surrendered and end it the same way. Nothing was wasted today. Not the pauses, not the imperfections, not the emotions you couldn't name. Every piece of the day found its place in His hands. And now, as the night grows deeper, you sense the invitation again. Not to strive, not to pray harder, but to rest better. Rest is holy, He whispers. It is not what you do after everything is finished. It is what I use to finish everything in you. You smile, because now you understand. The work continues while you rest. The healing continues while you sleep. The blessings move even when your eyes are closed. Because you belong to a God who never slumbers. He keeps watch while you dream. He guards what you surrender. He multiplies what you release. And when the morning comes again, you will wake to find that He has done more in your stillness than you ever could have in your striving. That's what trust truly is. Allowing God to do the invisible work while you remain still. You whisper softly, "I trust you with the unseen." He responds, "Then the unseen will become peace. For I do my best work where you release control. You do not have to understand my timing to receive my goodness." You breathe again. It's slow, deep, steady, almost in rhythm with His heartbeat. The space around you feels sacred now. Every sound, every shadow carries peace. You are not afraid of the dark anymore, because you have learned who walks through it with you. The fear of uncertainty fades when you finally realize uncertainty is just a place where God's voice becomes clearer. When you cannot see the path, trust that your feet are still guided by light. Those words echo through your spirit like a melody you never want to end. You realize something else, that trust and peace are twins. Where one lives, the other stays. And when you walk with both, you walk in power. The night deepens. The air grows cooler, but the warmth in your chest remains. You whisper once more, "Stay with me tonight." And he answers, "I never leave. My presence doesn't visit, it dwells. You don't need to seek me in special moments. You need only notice me in every moment." It's such a simple truth, yet so profound. You think of all the times you thought he was distant and realize now, it was never absence, only your awareness dimming for a moment. But tonight, your awareness is wide open. And as you sit in that holy quiet, your thoughts drift to tomorrow. The future, still uncertain, still unfolding. But this time, you don't worry. You don't predict. You just breathe. Because now you know that the same God who carried you through this day will carry you through the next. You don't have to figure it out. You only have to follow. And following begins with resting. So you whisper one last prayer, soft, gentle, true. Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for the quiet lessons that shaped me. Thank you for the peace that didn't leave when the noise came. Thank you for being constant in every moment. Tonight I rest, not because everything is perfect, but because you are. And heaven answers in that same still whisper. Well done, beloved. You trusted me in the morning. You carried me through the day, and now you release the night into my keeping. Sleep in peace. I am already in tomorrow. You close your eyes slowly, knowing the truth has been written deep within you. The secret of peace is not found in escaping the world, but in abiding with God within it. The day bows out, the night embraces you, and heaven stands watch as peace remains. The night has deepened. Outside, the world has quieted. But in the unseen realm, heaven hums softly with purpose. The same God who watched over your waking hours now sings over your sleep. There is a peace so vast, so alive, that even silence begins to breathe. You rest, not only your body, but your soul. Every thought slows, every fear loosens. Every hidden weight you carried throughout the day falls gently into his hands. And as you drift in that half space between wakefulness and rest, you sense it, the holy nearness, the presence that never leaves, the still voice that keeps speaking even when words fade. My child, he whispers, I am not only the God of your mornings, I am the keeper of your nights. While you rest, I restore. While you sleep, I reorder. While your eyes close, my hands open every door that must be opened and close every one that must be shut. Nothing you have surrendered today will remain unattended. Those words hover like warm light above you. It's as though heaven bends low, watching over you with holy tenderness. And as your breathing steadies, you begin to see, not with your eyes, but with your spirit. Memories rise like small flickers of light. The difficult days, the seasons you didn't understand, the moments that seemed lost, but now they don't sting, they shimmer. Because pain has been rewritten into purpose. Even the broken chapters are now lined with gold. You hear his voice again. Do you remember what once hurt you deeply? It did not destroy you, it refined you. Every tear became a seed, every disappointment a doorway, every loss a lesson. You thought you were buried, but you were being planted. And now you are growing, quietly, deeply, beautifully. Your heart swells with a quiet ache, not sorrow, but gratitude, because you can finally see it, the pattern, the weaving, the wisdom in the waiting. All along, God wasn't punishing you. He was preparing you. I allowed certain endings so new beginnings could bloom, he says. I removed what you thought you needed to make room for what you truly did. You wanted answers, but I gave you awareness. You wanted control, but I gave you calm. You wanted speed, but I gave you strength. Each word feels like light brushing against your skin, and slowly peace deepens into awe. You whisper, So even the waiting was sacred. He answers, especially the waiting. For in the waiting your roots grew strong. In the silence your trust learned to sing. In the stillness your spirit learned to see beyond what eyes can behold. It's true, the waiting shaped you more than the winning ever could. You think of every season that felt delayed, every door that stayed shut, every dream that seemed too far away. And now in this quiet hour, you realize they were never denials. They were divine redirections. I never said no to harm you, he whispers. I said no to hold you. I said wait to build you. I said not yet to strengthen what would carry what's next. You exhale, it feels like release. Deep, freeing, holy. For the first time, you are no longer asking why. You are whispering thank you. Because what once felt like loss now feels like love in disguise. You can sense his smile, unseen but unmistakable. This is what it means to walk with me, he says. Not to understand everything, but to trust through everything. Not to be untouched by pain, but to be unbroken by it. Not to avoid storms, but to carry peace within them. You whisper, you've been faithful in all of it. And heaven replies, always, I am the same God who held you when you fell apart, and the same one who now teaches you how to fly again. I do not waste tears. I water purpose with them. I do not forget pain. I redeem it into power. A warmth rises in your chest, something gentle yet mighty. The awareness that your healing is no longer something you're waiting for. It's already begun. This is restoration, not loud, not instant, but sure. It doesn't rush, it rebuilds. You whisper softly, restore what was lost, Lord. And he answers, I already am, but not just what you had. I am giving what you could never imagine. I am returning joy not as it was, but as it will be. Deeper, purer, stronger. You will not only recover, you will rejoice. The words fill the room like music made of light. They vibrate softly in the air. Tender, timeless, true. You can almost see it now. The garden of your life being renewed. Old ground broken for new growth. Seeds that once seemed dormant beginning to bloom in unexpected places. Hope, fragile but fierce, stretching toward dawn. And through it all, one truth stands firm. You are not rebuilding alone. I am your builder, says the Lord. Your architect, your gardener, your healer. I do not restore halfway. I finish what I begin. That assurance sinks deep because you know now that every loss, every crack, every scar has a purpose. Even your scars are sacred. They tell stories of grace. They prove survival. They sing of redemption. You touch the places in your soul that once ached, and they no longer hurt. They hum with healing. You whisper quietly, you really do make all things new. And he responds, not just new, whole. I don't patch what's broken, I perfect what's surrendered. You have given me your fragments, and I have made them foundations. You close your eyes as those words fill every empty space inside you. Wholeness is not what you reach for, it's what you receive. You are whole, even if the world doesn't see it yet, because wholeness begins in worship, and your worship tonight is your surrender. Silence wraps around you again, not empty, but full. The presence is near, rich, steady, complete. You can almost hear heaven breathing with you. And you understand, this is peace matured into power. This is trust transformed into revelation. This is restoration alive within your very breath. You whisper, thank you for not giving up on me. He answers softly, I never could. You are written into my heart, sealed by my love, carried in my hands. There has never been a moment, not one, where you were outside my care. Tears slip quietly down your face, not of sorrow, but of holy recognition. You are seen, you are known, you are home. You stay in that moment for a long while. No need to move, no need to speak, only to rest, only to breathe. Because now you understand that rest is worship too. That being still is not doing nothing, it's doing trust. And as you lay down at last, the voice of God settles once more like a lullaby over your heart. Rest, beloved. The night is not dark for those who dwell in me. The light you found in the morning will rise again in greater strength tomorrow. Sleep knowing this: I am not finished, but I am faithful. You exhale the last of the day, every thought melting into grace. Your soul whispers its final word. Amen. And heaven answers. So be it. Peace lingers, grace breathes, God remains. The first hint of light touches the horizon. The sky shifts from deep indigo to soft gray, like heaven breathing a new promise into the world. You are awake again, but not abruptly. You wake gently, the way the earth wakes when grace calls it by name. Everything is still quiet. The city has not yet found its voice. Even the wind seems to whisper slower, softer, like creation waiting for something holy to begin. You breathe, and in that breath, peace returns like an old friend. Familiar, warm, alive. The night did not steal it. The darkness did not diminish it. Peace has endured through every hour of rest, through every silent prayer, through every unseen battle fought in your dreams. And now the dawn stretches, light unfolding like mercy made visible. Heaven whispers again, you see, my child, even when you sleep, I work. Even when you rest, I restore. Even when you cannot see me, I am still surrounding you. You did not wake by accident, you woke by appointment. You smile softly. It's true, every sunrise feels like a summons, a reminder that breath itself is a miracle. And you've just received another one. You whisper, good morning, Lord. And instantly that quiet answer fills the air. Good morning, my beloved. I was here before the light. I watched over your rest. I guarded your dreams. And now I breathe new strength into your soul. The day is fresh, and so are you. The words settle deep inside, not just encouragement, but restoration. You can feel energy rising, not from caffeine or motion, but from divine renewal. Yesterday was for learning, he says. Today is for living. You close your eyes again, just for a moment, and listen. Each word feels like light sinking into your spirit, steady, sure, timeless. You have carried much, but now I am carrying you. You have learned peace in the storm. Now you will walk in peace as power. I am not sending you into the world as one who hopes. I am sending you as one who knows. You breathe deeper. Confidence begins to bloom where uncertainty once lived. This is not arrogance, it's assurance. The quiet knowing that if God is with you, you lack nothing. He continues, do not fear what awaits today. The same grace that woke you will guide you. The same favor that rested on you in sleep now walks before you in strength. Your footsteps are not random, they are written. Your encounters are not coincidence, they are arranged. You whisper, then lead me, Lord. And the answer comes, follow peace. It will always lead you to me. Simple, profound, eternal. You open your eyes and look toward the window. The world is shifting now. Light climbing higher, color beginning to breathe into the landscape. You realize this. Every morning is a conversation between God and creation. The sky listens, the light obeys, the earth responds. And now so do you. You stand slowly stretching, and as your feet touch the ground, you remember you are walking on holy ground. Not because of where you are, but because of who walks with you. Every step you take today is sacred. Every moment is a chance to release heaven into the world. Be light, he says again. Not only in joy, but in challenge. When others lose patience, keep yours. When others lose hope, hold yours. When others forget love, live it. You nod quietly. It's not always easy, but it is always worth it. Because the peace you carry isn't just for you, it's for others too. It's the reflection of heaven they need to see in human form. And when you live that way, you become what the world forgot. A reminder that God is still here, still near, still moving through ordinary lives. You are my messenger, he whispers. Not with loud words, but with quiet wonder. Not with sermons, but with presence. Not with perfection, but with peace. You close your eyes again, and let those words rest in your spirit. You realize you don't have to do great things. You simply have to do things with great love. That is how heaven expands. Not through power, but through peace. Not through pressure, but through presence. You whisper softly, "Let your peace flow through me today." And he answers, "It already is. It flows wherever you are aware of me." When you smile at someone who forgot hope, it flows. When you forgive what hurt you, it flows. When you choose patience over pride, it flows. When you pause and breathe instead of breaking, it flows. Peace is not an action, it's a current, invisible but unstoppable. And today that current moves through you. You can feel it even now, like warmth from within, like still water beneath every wave. You no longer need to chase calm, you carry it. You no longer search for signs, you are one. The world outside begins to wake, sounds rising, light spreading, and yet within you everything remains steady, because before the day began, heaven began it for you. This morning isn't about what you'll achieve, it's about what you'll allow. Allow grace to guide, allow peace to lead, allow joy to breathe, allow God to move through you in quiet, unseen ways. When you stop forcing, I start flowing, he says gently. When you release control, I release power. When you trust the pace I set, miracles meet you naturally. You let out a long breath, smiling as peace anchors even deeper. It feels effortless now, this rhythm of walking in step with heaven. The more you surrender, the stronger you feel. The more you rest, the more you rise. The more you let go, the more you are lifted. This is the paradox of grace. It doesn't work by striving, it works by surrender. And surrender has never felt this safe. You whisper softly, "I belong to you." And heaven responds, "Always. You are mine, not by duty, but by delight. I take joy in walking with you, in speaking to you, in shaping you through the smallest moments. You are not just another creation. You are conversation made flesh." Those words stir something deep, an awareness that your life is dialogue with divinity. Every day, every act, every breath is part of an eternal exchange between Creator and creation. And in this very moment, you are answering heaven simply by being present. The light outside now breaks fully, morning in full bloom. But this morning feels different, brighter, softer, sacred. You realize something beautiful. The world doesn't need you to be perfect. It just needs you to be peaceful. Because peace preaches louder than perfection ever could. And so, as the day calls, you step forward, slowly, reverently, faithfully. The voice of God still echoes softly within you. Walk gently, my child. Wherever your foot touches, peace will follow. Wherever your hand reaches, healing will begin. Wherever your eyes look, grace will awaken. For I am with you, now always, endlessly. You breathe that in. It feels like eternity entering the present. You whisper your final words before stepping into the day. "Thank you for waking me to wonder." And the answer comes like sunrise through your soul. You are the wonder, my beloved. The sun is fully risen now. The day stands open before you, bright, wide, full of possibility. The light stretches over everything, rooftops, trees, roads, and finally it rests on you. It's more than sunlight, it feels like a blessing, a reminder that heaven's gaze still follows you wherever you go. You step into the day slowly, not rushing, not striving, just moving in rhythm with grace. The world moves fast, but you move differently now. There's a quiet steadiness in your walk, not arrogance, but an awareness that peace is power. The same voice that spoke in the stillness now walks beside you through the sound. "My child," God whispers, "this is the part of the journey where you begin to shine. You have learned stillness. You have learned surrender. Now I will teach you strength, not the kind that shouts, but the kind that stands. Strength that stands." That phrase lands deep. You realize it's not about conquering, but about consistency. It's not about winning, but about walking faithfully through whatever comes. You whisper softly, "Lord, make me strong in peace." And he answers, "Mansferiana." That is exactly what I'm doing. You see, the world calls peace passive, but I call it power. True strength is not found in those who react quickly, but in those who remain steady when everything shakes. You nod. It makes sense now. Why life had to teach you patience before promotion. Why you had to learn calm before calling. Because the louder your purpose, the quieter your spirit must become. I have entrusted you with peace because I can trust you with influence, he says. And influence must be carried with humility, not pride. You will touch lives not by trying harder, but by trusting deeper. Those words resonate like music from eternity. Quiet yet commanding. You realize that every person you meet today, every conversation you have, carries divine potential. There are no random encounters. There are divine appointments. You whisper, "Let me see them the way you do." And he responds, "Then slow down enough to notice. Miracles hide in moments most people rush through. Every face you see carries a fragment of my image. When you choose compassion, you honor me. When you listen instead of judge, you reveal me." You pause and let that truth shape your day before it even begins. This is how heaven moves. Subtly, gently, consistently. You remember the scripture, "Be still and know that I am God." But now it means something new. Not just stillness of body, but stillness of spirit while in motion. That's how peace walks, unbothered, undistracted, unbroken. The world around you hums with activity. Engines, voices, footsteps, screens. But within, everything remains centered. You are aware, but not overwhelmed. You are involved, but not entangled. And in the middle of it all, that same whisper returns. You are light. You stop. It's a simple statement, but it carries weight. You are light, he says again, because I am within you. You no longer reflect me from afar. You radiate me from within. Every act of kindness sends a signal into eternity. Every word of hope becomes a bridge for someone's soul. You breathe slowly, humbled by the truth. You've prayed for miracles so many times, not realizing you've become one. Peace itself is a miracle, and you carry it. Wherever you go today, that miracle moves with you. It enters conversations, calms atmospheres, restores what's been broken. This is your ministry, he says, to carry my peace into chaos and watch it transform. You don't need a stage, you need awareness. You don't need a crowd, you need compassion. You don't need to perform, you need to be present. And in that moment, you realize that purpose was never about position. It was always about presence. Every small act of love is a sermon heaven writes through you. You whisper softly, "Let me be your vessel today." He answers, "You already are. The words you speak, the silence you hold, the grace you give, they are all pieces of me poured through you. You do not need to strive to represent me. You simply need to remember that you already do." You smile because that's freedom, not having to earn what's already been given. The day moves forward, footsteps, movement, conversations, and through it all, peace remains steady within you like a steady flame. You notice how people around you seem lighter when you speak. You don't say much, just a kind word, a patient glance, a gentle tone, but something shifts. That's how peace works. It doesn't push, it permeates. And in that still, sacred awareness, heaven whispers again. This is how revival looks in everyday life. Not always in grand displays, but in simple consistency. Every moment lived in love is a prayer answered. Every calm response is a declaration of victory. Every gentle word is a healing released. You pause for a long moment, letting gratitude well up. This right here, is what you've been searching for all along. Not a perfect life, but a peaceful one. Not control, but communion. Not noise, but nearness. God continues, Do not think small of peace. It is the greatest sign of spiritual authority. Demons fear it, storms obey it, hearts heal by it. When you walk in peace, you walk in power. You feel that power now, not like electricity, but like calm fire, quiet yet unshakable. It doesn't make you louder, it makes you clearer. It doesn't make you proud, it makes you grounded. You whisper softly, "Your peace is my power." And the answer comes, "Yes, and my presence is your peace. Where you walk, I walk. Where you speak, I breathe. Where you love, I live." The light outside continues to brighten, but now you realize the truest light is within. You no longer chase signs, you carry substance. You no longer wait for permission, you walk in purpose. You no longer hope for peace, you have become it. The world will still test you, challenge you, question you, but nothing outside can undo what God has sealed inside. You whisper, "Keep me steady, Lord." And He responds, "I already am." You will feel winds, but they will not move you. You will hear noise, but it will not shake you. You will see storms, but they will not enter you. For you are anchored, not to outcomes, but to me. And with that, you step fully into the day, not rushed, not restless, but radiant. You walk as one who knows heaven follows. You carry peace not as a gift to guard, but as a language to live. And every step you take says what words cannot. I am not afraid. I am guided. I am grounded. I am loved. The day stretches ahead, long, wide, unpredictable. But you no longer measure it by tasks. You measure it by trust. And trust tells you this: whatever happens today, grace will meet it first. You breathe once more, deep and slow. The same light that began the morning now fills your spirit completely. And heaven whispers one final time before fading back into stillness. Walk on, my beloved, for peace is not just your path, it is your identity. You are living proof that heaven still dwells among men. The sun has climbed high now. Its warmth covers the world like a steady pulse from heaven. People move faster, the noise grows louder, the hours blur. And yet, inside you, something holds still. You have learned the rhythm of divine calm, and though the world rushes, you remain grounded. But even peace is tested when the day stretches long, when plans shift, when tasks multiply, when expectations whisper louder than prayer. You feel it, the familiar tug of pressure, the subtle tightening of the heart. It's not a storm, just a shadow, the weight of human effort trying to crowd out divine flow. And before the worry grows, you pause, you breathe, and heaven breathes with you. My child, God whispers, slow down. I am not in the rush, I am in the rhythm. You don't have to do everything today, just what is anointed for today. The rest will wait. Grace will meet it when the time is right. Those words are like cool water on a weary soul. You exhale. You remember what He taught you, that productivity does not prove purpose and hurry does not equal holiness. You whisper softly, "Lord, teach me to work from peace, not for it." And He answers, "That is wisdom. You were never meant to earn rest by exhaustion. You are meant to work from rest, to let my spirit be the rhythm of your motion. When you rush, you lose awareness. But when you rest, you release miracles. You stop for a moment, right there, in the middle of the day, and just let that truth wash through you. The world doesn't pause, but heaven does. Every time you do, you remember the morning, how you began with stillness, with presence, and now you bring that presence back. Everything slows, even your thoughts quiet. The moment becomes holy again, ordinary but drenched in divinity. And God speaks once more. This is the balance I've been teaching you. To walk in peace while carrying purpose. To move in grace without striving for greatness. To live aware of me, even when life demands more of you. When you learn to do this, you will never burn out, because I become your breath. You whisper, "Be my breath, Lord," and instantly you feel it. A renewal from within, soft but strong. Energy without anxiety. Focus without fear. Stillness without stagnation. This is what divine strength feels like. Calm, not chaotic. steady, not strained. He continues, "Many people chase what I would give freely if they would only slow down enough to receive it. They seek clarity while rushing past my voice. They beg for peace while drowning in distraction. But you have learned the sacred rhythm of pause, and in the pause, power flows. You close your eyes feeling the truth of it. It's not the doing that brings results, it's the dwelling. You remember how Jesus often withdrew to quiet places. He didn't withdraw because he was weak. He withdrew because he was wise. Even divinity rested to remain divine. And so do you. You whisper softly, "I will pause with you." The next moment stretches out. Long, calm, sacred. It feels like the world has stopped spinning just long enough for heaven to realign your heart. When you open your eyes again, the day feels different. The tasks haven't changed, but your spirit has. Everything you touch now feels lighter, carried by grace instead of willpower. And in that stillness, God speaks again. You are learning the art of endurance, not the endurance that grits its teeth, but the endurance that rests in faith. When I said, "Be still and know that I am God," I didn't mean stop moving. I meant stop fearing. You can keep walking, just walk without worry. That sentence becomes a mantra, a melody your heart begins to hum. Walk without worry, work without rush, wait without fear. You whisper it again, walk without worry. Peace returns, flow returns, presence returns. Even the smallest task feels infused with meaning now. Because when done with awareness, even work becomes worship. You're no longer surviving the day, you're sanctifying it. You are my temple, God says. Every thought you think, every word you speak, every choice you make is worship when done in love. You do not need to seek holy ground, you are standing on it. You smile. You've walked through this entire day surrounded by grace, and now you can finally see it. Grace doesn't only visit, it abides. You whisper, "Stay near, Lord," even in the busy hours. And he responds, "I never leave. You will face noise, but my peace will be the quiet behind it. You will face challenge, but my strength will be the calm within it. You will face people, but my spirit will teach you to love them as I do." You nod. You felt that already. The way conversations soften when you stay patient. The way tension dissolves when you choose calm. That's how heaven works through you. Silently, steadily, sovereignly. And then he says something that stills you completely. Do not underestimate the weight of your peace. It shifts atmospheres more than your words ever could. You have no idea how many hearts you've healed simply by staying calm. You breathe that in, long, deep, holy, because suddenly you see it. Peace is not invisible, it's contagious. It spreads from soul to soul, space to space, until an entire world is touched by one person's quiet faith. That's what Jesus meant when he said, "Blessed are the peacemakers." You whisper softly, "Then make me a peacemaker." He answers, "You already are." Every time you choose forgiveness over frustration, peace wins. Every time you bless instead of blame, peace grows. Every time you wait instead of worry, peace reigns. You are building heaven on earth, one calm breath at a time. The words echo through you like sunlight on water. You look around and realize nothing outward has changed, yet everything within has. Even your fatigue feels different. No longer a burden, but a signal to rest in grace again. You whisper, "You really are in every moment." And the reply comes, "Yes, always. Every second is sacred when you notice me in it." This is the rhythm of divine life, not running toward peace, but walking with it. And the more you walk with me, the more the world will wonder how you do it. The world will not see your secret. That peace is not your strength, it is his. You breathe one last time before continuing your afternoon. Each breath feels like an agreement with heaven. I will not rush. I will not fear. I will not forget. I will simply walk and let peace lead. And as you move forward again, you hear that soft whisper fade behind you. Keep walking, my beloved. Your calm is changing the world more than you know. The sun begins to lower now. Its light softens from gold to amber, from bright to calm. The air cools, the noise of the world settles, and within you, a stillness begins to bloom again. You feel it, the same peace that met you in the morning. It has never left. It has simply deepened, matured, expanded. The day has been long. You've walked through motion and noise, through small challenges and quiet grace. And now, as the world begins to exhale, heaven begins to whisper again. My child, look back and see, I was in every moment. You close your eyes, and as you breathe slowly, you start to see it. A sacred replay of the day. Every encounter, every pause, every choice to stay calm. Moments that felt ordinary now glow with divine light. That quiet patience you practiced this morning, heaven saw it. That forgiveness you gave without recognition, heaven recorded it. That deep breath you took instead of reacting, heaven counted it as victory. You realize now, none of it was small. Every peaceful moment was a prayer in motion. God continues, the world celebrates noise, but I celebrate stillness. You have learned to move at the rhythm of my spirit, and that is where miracles are born. You whisper softly, I didn't even notice all the ways you were with me. And he answers, you will notice more and more now, for awareness is the true awakening. Once you learn to see me in the small, you will see me in the great. Once you trust me in the quiet, you will trust me in the unknown. Those words reach deep, like roots drinking water beneath the surface. You've lived so many days chasing signs of God's power, and now you finally understand. His power was never absent. Your awareness simply hadn't arrived. The light in the sky begins to shift. Long shadows stretch across the floor, as if the earth itself is bowing in worship before the evening comes. You whisper, thank you for walking with me today. And heaven responds, always. You have no idea how many battles were fought for you in the unseen today. While you kept peace on earth, angels waged war in the heavens. Every moment you stayed calm, the enemy lost ground. Every time you chose patience, you built protection. Every time you smiled instead of snapping, darkness lost authority. You pause. The thought humbles you, that even small obedience carries eternal weight. The way you held your peace was not weakness, it was warfare. You whisper softly, I didn't know it mattered that much. And God replies, every act of peace is a declaration of faith. Every act of gentleness is a sword against chaos. You are not merely surviving life, you are shifting the atmosphere of it. You sit with that, quiet, still, undone by grace. And then slowly something changes in your heart. The gratitude deepens. The awareness grows. You realize you have been walking in purpose all along. It didn't come wrapped in grand gestures. It came disguised as ordinary moments made holy by awareness. That is divine living, to walk with heaven while walking on earth. You whisper softly, I see it now. And heaven replies, good, keep seeing. The light outside softens further. It's the sacred hour. When the world turns golden before slipping into blue. And it feels as though God himself is painting the sky just for you. I made this hour for reflection, he says, for remembering that even the longest days still end in light. You smiled though, because it's true. Every challenge, every doubt, every question eventually dissolves in the warmth of his faithfulness. You whisper, you were with me when I didn't even know what to say. Yes, he replies. And I understood every unspoken thought. I don't need eloquence. I need honesty. Your sighs reached me. Your pauses moved me. Your stillness invited me. You close your eyes again, and peace flows through you like soft wind. It's gentle, constant, and pure. You have learned to live in my rhythm, he continues. And now you will begin to see my restoration. For those who walk in peace are the ones I trust with promise. The word restoration lingers in the air like incense. He whispers again, you have walked faithfully in silence. Soon you will walk fruitfully in season. What was once delayed will now develop. What seemed hidden will now harvest. Because you didn't rush, I can now release. You breathe deeply, your heart swelling with quiet anticipation. There's no striving left, no fear of missing out. only faith that what's meant will meet you. He says, you will not chase what is yours. It will come quietly, naturally, peacefully. You will recognize it not by excitement, but by peace. For peace is my signature. Wherever I am, there is rest. You whisper softly, then I will wait for peace. And he replies, then you will never wait in vain. The light fades more. The sky blushes with pink and violet. It feels like heaven closing the curtain on one chapter and preparing another. You think back on all the days you once rushed through, how many times you asked for miracles while missing the miracle of simply being held. Now you know better. You have seen God in the slow. You have found joy in the quiet. You have met peace in the pauses. This is what it means to walk with Him, not to escape the world, but to carry heaven into it. He whispers once more, you have not only learned peace, you have become peace. You are the calm in the storm. You are the vessel of my presence. And wherever you go, I will go. You will speak, and peace will follow your words. You will walk, and grace will walk with you. You will rest, and angels will keep watch. You bow your head slightly, overwhelmed but grateful. And then in the fading light, you whisper the only words that feel right. Thank you for everything, even the hard parts. And heaven smiles, especially the hard parts, he says, because they built the strength that peace now rests upon. The light outside has dimmed now, golden edges fading to silver, but within you the light is stronger than ever. It glows quietly, endlessly, like a lamp that never runs out of oil. This is what peace refined looks like. Steady, mature, holy. You whisper softly, I am yours. And he answers, and I am yours forever. The day is done, but the story continues. Every sunrise will remind you that I'm not finished. I'm faithful. You rest in those words, letting them seal the day. The sun disappears beyond the horizon, and you can almost feel heaven taking your hand, guiding you gently into the stillness that waits beyond sunset. Peace remains, grace hums quietly, love endures. And the voice of God, soft but certain, speaks one last time before the stars appear. Rest now, my child. You have done well. You walked with me in the light, and the light will follow you through the night. The sun is set, and the last traces of light fade quietly into the horizon. The world has grown still again, not silent, but sacred. Even the air feels gentle, as if creation itself has bowed before the night. You sit quietly in this moment between what was and what will be. It's the kind of stillness that feels alive, filled with whispers, filled with grace. This is where the presence of God feels closest, not in the thunder, not in the rush, but in the quiet surrender of everything. You breathe, slow, steady. The weight of the day leaves with every exhale. You feel your shoulders relax, your heartbeat slow, your spirit soften. And then he speaks again. My beloved child, you have walked faithfully today. You listened when I spoke. You paused when I whispered. You carried peace through pressure, love through noise, and faith through fatigue. You have done well. The words fall over you like rain, gentle, cleansing, restorative. You whisper softly, I'm just grateful you never left. And his voice, tender and timeless, replies, I couldn't. Love does not leave. My presence is not a visitor, it's a dwelling. You are my home, and I am yours. You close your eyes as that truth sinks deep. You are not reaching for God anymore. You are resting in Him. Even now, he continues, as night surrounds the world, my light surrounds you. Do not fear the dark, for I am not only the God of dawn, I am the keeper of the night. Those words melt every remaining worry, because you realize darkness has never been your enemy. It's simply the canvas for God's light to shine brighter. Look back once more, he says, and see what I've done, not just in your day, but in your heart. And you do. You remember the morning, the stillness, the promise, the breath of peace. You remember the noon, the challenge, the noise, the pull to rush. You remember the evening, the reflection, the calm, the gratitude. Each part of the day carried its own lesson, and all of it led here, to this perfect quiet. You whisper, you really were in every moment. And he answers, always, even in moments when you didn't feel me, I was forming you. Even in moments when you questioned me, I was comforting you. Even in moments when you thought I was silent, I was singing over you. You sit in awe, because now you can see it. What once looked like chaos was choreography. What once felt like confusion was construction. What once seemed like silence was preparation. God's work is rarely loud, but it is always lasting. You have learned to trust me in the waiting, he says. Now you will see what I was preparing. For those who wait in peace, I do not delay, I design. Your heart stirs with quiet anticipation. You can feel something shifting, not outside but within. I am awakening dreams you thought were gone, he continues. I am breathing life into places you forgot could live. I am restoring what seemed wasted, because nothing given to me is ever lost, only transformed. You whisper softly, I believe you. And he responds, then watch, for I will turn even your smallest faith into great fruit. Your obedience has opened doors that worry once kept closed. Your trust has built altars where fear once built walls. Your surrender has released blessings beyond what you imagine. The words wash through you like light breaking through water. You realize now the reward of faith is not always what you receive, but who you become. You have become peace. You have become patience. You have become presence. And in becoming those things, you have become more like him. The night deepens. Stars blink awake above you, each one a small reminder that light still rules even in darkness. You gaze upward and whisper, you made all this. And he answers softly, yep, but I made it for you. Every sunrise that lifts the day, every star that lights the night, they are my reminders that I never stopped creating beauty around you. You smile because now you understand something you didn't before. God's creation isn't just around you, it's within you. Every time you choose love over fear, you are creating light. Every time you forgive, you are forming stars in someone's darkness. Every time you believe, you are breathing new dawn into your own soul. This is what partnership with heaven looks like. Not distant worship, but daily co-creation. He whispers again, my beloved, you are my reflection. The peace you carry is my presence in motion. The calm you live with is my kingdom expressed through you. The world will know me when they see peace in you that cannot be shaken. You breathe deeply, and this time you feel it tangibly. You are not just in God's presence. His presence is in you. The same voice that formed galaxies now speaks softly within your chest. You whisper, use me, Lord, as your light. And he responds, you already are. Your peace speaks louder than preaching. Your calm changes more hearts than correction ever could. Your presence carries more power than you realize. You close your eyes again, letting those words linger. You realize that what began as a prayer this morning has become a revelation tonight. The goal was never to reach God. It was to realize you were never apart. Every sunrise brings you back to awareness. Every sunset calls you back to surrender, and both are held within his love. The night outside grows deeper, but the peace within grows stronger. It fills every corner of your being. A peace that doesn't end when words stop. A peace that doesn't fade when sleep comes. A peace that doesn't wait for light to exist. It is light. You whisper softly, thank you for never letting me go. And heaven answers, I never will. You are written on my hands, sealed by my spirit, and surrounded by my angels. Your tomorrow is already guarded, your path already prepared, your promise already alive. Tears fill your eyes, not of sorrow, but of fullness. This is what contentment feels like, when nothing is missing because God is enough. You stay still for a while, listening to the quiet hum of eternity that fills the room. It sounds like peace. It feels like love. It is him. Then he speaks once more. slowly, deeply, deliberately. Rest now, my child. You have walked the day well. You have carried my light faithfully, and tonight I pour over you blessing upon blessing. May your rest be deep. May your dreams be holy. May your soul remember, even in sleep, that you are mine and I am near. You exhale, and in that exhale, every worry finally leaves for good. You whisper one last time before sleep, I love you, Lord. And heaven smiles. I have loved you first. I have loved you always. I have loved you into peace. The room grows still. The night breathes softly. Your soul rests completely. Peace remains, unbroken, eternal, whole. The night is deep now. Stars shimmer quietly above, like scattered promises written across the heavens. Everything is still, the kind of stillness that only comes when both heaven and earth are listening. You lie there in peace, not reaching, not striving, not worrying, just resting in awareness. The journey has come full circle, and yet it feels like it's only beginning. And then, his voice comes again, gentle as light, strong as eternity. My beloved child, he says, you have walked well. You have learned the rhythm of my peace. You have discovered that faith is not noise, it's knowing. You have understood that strength is not loud, it's lasting. And now, I call you higher. You listen, and though the words are soft, they echo through your spirit like waves. You are no longer the same. The one who began this journey in fear now walks in faith. The one who sought peace now carries it. The one who waited for me now walks with me. You feel your heart swell. Every trial, every delay, every tear suddenly makes sense. Each moment of stillness was not silence, it was sculpting. God was shaping you, not just for comfort, but for calling. He continues, you are my vessel. Where you walk, I will walk. Where you speak, I will breathe. You will carry my words into dark places, and light will rise again. You will heal hearts not by trying, but by being. You will reveal me not through perfection, but through presence. The words move through you like holy fire, warm, transforming, pure. You whisper, I'm not worthy. And he answers, that's why I chose you. For my power is made perfect in surrender. I do not use the flawless. I fill the faithful. I do not crown the strong. I cover the humble. And you, my child, have learned the power of stillness. You close your eyes as tears rise, not of shame, but of awe. You have carried peace when the world offered pressure, he says. You have chosen love when others chose noise. You have trusted me when sight failed. You have learned to listen, and in listening, you found life. You whisper softly, so what happens now? And heaven answers, now you live as proof. You live as testimony. You live as a messenger of quiet power and holy patience. You are my light, not flickering, but burning steady. The world will see you and feel me. You breathe that in, deeply, reverently. The room feels full, not with air, but with glory. God continues, I am placing upon you the blessing of peace that cannot be stolen, the courage that cannot be shaken, the love that cannot be measured. Your steps will create pathways for others to follow. Your calm will break the chains of fear. Your prayer will open doors that words cannot. The words linger like incense rising toward eternity. You whisper, let it be so. And he says, it already is. You do not need to strive for what has already been sealed. You are walking in fulfillment, not someday, but today. You sit in silence, feeling every fiber of your being hum with purpose. You remember the mornings that began with fear. Now they begin with faith. You remember the nights that ended in anxiety. Now they end in adoration. You remember all the moments you thought you were alone and realize you never were. God has been with you in every breath. He speaks again. You are not just blessed, you are chosen. You are not just restored, you are redeemed. You are not just peaceful, you are powerful. Because peace is not the absence of battle, it's the awareness of victory. You whisper, "Thank you for everything." And he replies, "Thank you for staying. Thank you for trusting me when you could not trace me. Thank you for allowing peace to shape you when you could have chosen noise. You are the evidence that stillness is stronger than chaos." You lie there in quiet reverence. The stars above seem to pulse with the same heartbeat that fills the air. The heartbeat of heaven, calm and constant. And then he speaks the final blessing, slowly, deeply, completely. "I bless you with peace that passes understanding. Peace that will not leave you when storms arrive. Peace that will guard your heart and your mind in every season. I bless you with vision to see beyond what is visible, to trust what is eternal. I bless you with patience that turns waiting into worship. I bless you with love so deep it silences fear. And I bless you with purpose that does not fade with time." Each word feels alive, as if eternity itself breathes through it. You can almost see the air shimmer with holiness. You whisper, "Amen," but he's not finished. There's one more thing, one more truth to seal everything that has been spoken. "Rise tomorrow," he says. "And remember this, you are no longer waking to survive. You are waking to shine. You are not walking into uncertainty. You are walking into destiny. The morning light that once called you to peace will now call you to purpose. You are my hands of healing, my voice of comfort, my reflection of rest." He pauses. The silence feels sacred. Then softly, "Go now and carry what you've received. Let the world meet peace through you. Let hearts remember hope because of you. And when you speak, let my spirit echo behind every word." You exhale, slow, steady, full. Something shifts within, not just emotion, but identity. You are no longer merely hearing God's peace. You are God's peace in motion. You whisper quietly, "I'll go where you send me." And heaven smiles. That's all I ever wanted to hear. The night outside remains quiet, yet within you dawn has already begun. A new light glows, not from the sky, but from your soul. And you realize this is what it means to be reborn in peace. He whispers one last time before the silence closes. The day will come again, and when it does, begin as you always have, with stillness, with gratitude, with me. You smile through soft tears, because now you know you will never begin alone again. The stars shimmer one last time, the earth breathes, and the voice of heaven fades gently into stillness, leaving only peace behind. Eternal, complete, unbreakable. Final blessing. May the peace of God dwell richly in your heart. May his light guide your every step. May his love anchor your every thought. And may every morning remind you, you are chosen, called, and crowned with his presence. Walk gently, live gratefully, rest deeply. You are his now and forever. Amen.